Welcome back to another daily crypto market update. So let's go ahead and jump right into the charts. And then after that, I'm going to talk about a new project that I'm looking at. I haven't bought yet. And I kind of wanted to do it that way versus me buying it and then shilling it because I think I'm going to do a longer video on it anyways. So it's like, why not talk about it in one of my daily updates, do a longer video, research it more, and then you guys have a chance to get it. Not like I'm buying with a crazy size or anything that's really going to move the market, but I just thought it was like it's different than buying and then shilling, right? It feels more pure that way. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And right now, the market, we woke up to like pretty good price action overnight. We woke up to $217, 219 Solana. We still have this green dot, which is really good. And, the market's kind of chopping around and stalling out here. I'm kind of annoyed with some of my trades right now because I I was planning on swinging Zerebro and Goat, and I did get into those positions, but they both stalled out like quite a bit. So I'm slightly underwater on my Zerebro position because I thought it was going to basically chase AI 16Z as the number two AI agent, AI project, and it stalled out. So I'm kind of annoyed with that position. It was with decent size for me. It was decent size. And same with Goat. The Goat chart looked incredible. And we have the double bottom here. Right now it's stalling out. And what really annoyed me about the whole thing is I was looking at Bully, and I had traded Bully before. Where is Dolos the Bully? Bully right here. And I saw Bully at like, was it 53 to 55? It was probably around this range over here. And I was like, should I get into Zerebro and Goat, or should I fire at Bully? And I fired at Zerebro and Goat, and Bully's basically doubled. And essentially that's what I was really looking for, is I was trying to swing a double with decent size and get out. But now I'm stuck in these two positions and I'm trying to figure out, should I cut them and move on to something else? And that's, I've been researching other AI projects and stuff too. But overall, the charts look good. The question is Bitcoin going to ruin the fun? I don't think it's going to. Obviously, we're not going to go straight up into the inauguration. We could consolidate here and then another candle up. Same with like Solana. Could, struggle here. And then the big question is it going to get above this resistance over here? Like, can we push above it? And I don't know. I think we can, but that's like the next thing to keep an eye on next to the inauguration and FOMC. And the thing about charting too is like you can't forget the big picture. Like I'm in a couple trading groups, paid ones that so I can keep track and learn from other people and stuff like that. And this guy was in there the other day, and I was bull posting this bottom like quite a bit. I was like, oh, I think that's the bottom. That's the bottom. And it's was at like 207 ish, yesterday or 2 days ago. And he was like, I'm going to wait until it gets above 225 and then I'm going to long it. And that's all fine and good, but traders seem to miss the forest for the trees. So they get stuck in the tree bark instead of going, like, if you're going on a hike, let's just say you like stop at one tree and you're like, this tree bark is amazing. Like, and then you don't, you ignore the rest of the hike, or you don't go on it, or you turn back. You got to look at the macro. Like, it doesn't make sense to wait until 225. It really just doesn't. I mean, it probably will reject here, then you can get it at 216. But if you're long Solana and you're long the macro, and you think Solana is going to get back to all-time highs or exceed it, then it's probably just better to get in not financial advice, than waiting until it breaches this, right? Obviously, not everybody would buy this bottom as a trader. I took a chance here and it worked, obviously, but just don't miss the forest for the trees, right? We have a really bullish setup right now, and I think we're going to run until the inauguration. I really get the sense that we are. We're kind of stalling over here, but I don't think that will last long. I mean, if you go to the fear greed index, we just entered greed. Remember, we're trying to get up to extreme greed. So we could go up in like well into greed, pull back around the inauguration and the FOMC, and then in February, when both of those things are out of the way, really start flying into extreme greed. But to sum it up, I think the next 1 to 3 months are going to be extremely bullish. It's as simple as that. They're going to be really, really good. So as far as like when to long and how to long, I think that's just getting stuck in the weeds down here. Like if we were way up in 240, 250, 260, getting close to all-time highs, I would say sure, yeah, you might want to think twice, but we're still way down here. We're under this, support level right now. And the way the macro looks, I think we're going to smash it. I don't see why we shouldn't smash it. So other than that, there's not really much to report on today. So the project that I'm looking at is Modern Stoic, and I saw it a few days ago at 7.5 million, and it seems to have leaps and bounds. Really, it's at 27 million now, and it's really started to take off. And this guy has been building the MVP for like 14 hours a day, live coding his sessions. He's building this like trading terminal, Stoic AI or something like that. And there's a lot of these projects that are starting to come about. And I really wanted to dig in a little bit further. They already have like a preview of it, and they have a white paper. I mean, look, the dev is a Chad. He's like a 21-year-old Chad. He's coding 14 hours a day and everything. So it looks pretty good to me. And again, I have not gotten into this project yet, but I want to get into it. And they're about to release the MVP. It's getting a lot of attention right now. They have a white paper. So, right now I'm 100% focused on AI tokens between 5 million and 20 million that could go to 100 million. This one's at 27 million. It's a little bit higher than I want it to be. However, I still think that this has 100 million upside. I mean, they just did a TikTok video that got 1 million views as well. They're about to release their MVP. People are taking notice. Oh yeah, and he's the core dev of AI 16Z. So he has all these connections and stuff like that. It's a very, very clean trade, I feel like. But the question is, do I want to buy it here and just say whatever? If it sells off, I'm fine with it and I'll just hold the chop to 100 million? Or do I want to wait until it gets lower? Will it wick down to 16 million again? Will people test the app out and then just dump it down to 16 million? That's what I'm trying to weigh right now, whether I want to get into it now and cut my GOAT and Zerebro positions for Modern Stoic, or do I want to wait a bit? I still think GOAT will have another run. I really do, but you have to be nimble in this environment. I was patient a month ago when things were choppy. That's like a great time to be patient, but now it's important to be nimble. So it's like if things aren't performing and you're giving it a few days, like you might want to cut. And I don't want to over rotate because I think Zerebro and GOAT will be okay. But when are they going to be okay? And is the risk reward better with Modern Stoic? And I don't have that answer for you guys yet. But I think tomorrow I'm going to do a longer video on the Modern Stoic. I'm going to upload it on X and my YouTube channel and really kind of get into the weeds, and hopefully I'll get lucky and maybe it'll pull back to 20 mil and I can scoop it up. I would be like really, really happy if I could get 20 mil. But again, it's like I just told you guys, don't miss the forest for the trees. And I'm like, well, if this thing is going to 100 million, it really doesn't matter if it's sitting at 20 million. It's still, I guess that's a 5x versus a 3x. Well, I guess it does kind of matter now that I'm doing the math. It's right now, it's basically a 4x versus a 5x. Okay. So it's another x, but if it can go to 100 million and beyond, I don't think it matters that much to wait until it gets to 20 million. But again, I just have to do the research. So, hey, thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. My channel is growing. I'm getting more views, getting more followers on X. I'm dedicated to doing a video a day for the rest of the year and see how far I get with just, being a part-time creator as I trade. And the reason I do that is it forces me to research these projects and create something. It's like when you trade, sometimes you just feel like such a degenerate. It's like you're staring at a screen and nothing is happening. So I just feel better creating something on a daily basis versus just clicking a bunch of buttons. So thanks for watching, and that's all I got.